Then the mind believes it, if you like. I mean, it's not that it can believe, but it just there's other thoughts in there that confirm that thought. I feel depressed. The other thoughts, oh, I'm depressed because this happened and that happened, this happened. All thoughts, right, happen, and then that happened, and oh, now and as a result, I feel depressed. That's just all thoughts. All thought says that. All thought says that. Yeah. It's powerful because you'll start manifesting the seeming depression.
Yeah.
But it's imagined. It's imagined that you literally start manifesting the seeming depression. It'll even show up in your body. You'll start sitting like this.
Yeah.
Oh. It's incredible. It's incredible. When it's believed, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just got to keep questioning it, Nick.
Yeah.
You're doing it. You're doing it. And you've had some really good insights. Yeah. Like you're talking earlier, your house and your kids and everything was just, yeah.
Like I saw yesterday, we had Thanksgiving and we went out for dinner, and I noticed that, so when we came back, we had a really good time, and I said that I really enjoyed it, and my wife said that she really enjoyed it. So everything was fine at this point. But then she then said that she normally hates making, because we went out, she hates it being at home. And she starts then complaining about, because I've got to do all the dishes and I've always got to do all the cleanup. And I immediately saw that I get lost. My mind presents this idea that she's being negative and starts judging her as a protection, because I actually think that she's having an attack at me because for some reason I've made her not, but there's not even an I here. This whole dance with this story, but I get lost in that story and lose contact with her truth because she's basically telling me that she doesn't like, for whatever reason, but I've converted that into my own meaning, which is really about
Well
me
done.
defending the ego.
Well done.
Yeah.
That's a good catch. That's a good
Yeah.
catch. Yeah. Look, this might come as a bit of a surprise. I don't know, but it might come as a bit of a surprise. But your wife is 100% not who you think she is.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't know who she is. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I apparently have a wife. It's just happening.
Yeah. Now, equally, yeah, you're not who she thinks you are either.
Yeah.
Not that there's a she as a thinker or a you as a thinker. Yeah. But what that mind is saying about that apparent person is not true. At all. Just like mind is saying, I'm a person. That's not true. Just like mind is saying, oh, but I'm experiencing separation. I feel alone in the universe, rowing through the universe in my little rowboat all by myself. That's all crap. None of it's true. None of it's true. Yeah. Yeah. See, when that identification drops, that identification with a me character, yeah, when that stops happening, and it only stops happening when the light of truth, when you know, yeah, and that's just done through inquiry, by the way. It's pretty easy, really. When you know absolutely what you're not, which is whatever the mind is saying you are, whatever it's saying, yeah, when you know that that's not true at all, you find yourself right here. And it's like I said earlier, it's like a shift of attention. It's like we move. It's like an energetic move where you move from out of the mind to right here, where you actually are, where you do experience being conscious, you do experience being aware, you do experience seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, and smelling. Here. And you know, there's the interest in just this. And I don't mean what this is doing. I'm talking about that consciousness or that awareness or that beingness. All the same thing, by the way, just given 3 different labels. Consciousness, awareness, being. Yeah. Otherwise, there's no such thing as non-duality, because non-dual is one. Yeah. Again, the mind splits it up and says there's awareness and there's consciousness and there's beingness, and and there's not. There's not actually. Yeah. When you dive into that, yeah, and your interest becomes that, that's when all the coins drop and the light bulbs go on, and oh, and it's literally just like stepping out of the story of the mind. Yeah. But for that to occur, you must know that occupies this here nowness is not a me character. When you know that absolutely, then the glaring question arises, well, holy shit, what's this? Can you imagine now where your interest goes? Yeah. Look around, Nick. What's happening? Look around the room. What's happening? Seriously. Honestly. Look around. Right here, right now. What's happening? Anything to be concerned about or worried about? What's happening? It's pretty still, isn't it? It's still. It's still. Relatively quiet. Certainly calm. It's not like your furniture's jumping up and down all over the place. Everything's still. This is where we live. Well, this is where you are, if you like. Yeah, I'm not defining what the this is or who's living it, or yeah, but this cannot be denied. This mind can be denied. You cannot deny the direct experience of I am. You can't deny it. Even if you tried, you'd have to be there to deny it. So it doesn't work. Do you understand? You know, we all know I am. Yeah. Only mistake we make there is this. I am Nick.
Sorry.
Then it's all right.
There's a bug on my. We have a problem.
We have a problem.
Stillness has been interrupted.
NASA, we have a problem.
Yeah.
Are you in there, Nick? In that mind? Are you in there?
No.
You're aware of the mind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's only, the mind is tricky. Mind will say, yep, I'm aware of mind. You know, me, Nick, I'm aware of mind. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Is there awareness of mind? Yes, there is awareness of mind. The Nick character is not aware. You're aware of the Nick character being created by mind. Constantly, all day long, Nick. How many different me's are there? 1 minute we're up, next minute we're down. One we're joyful, sad. grief and anger. How many? I mean, how many of us are there? How many different me's are there? If I were to ask you, how many of you are there? Intuitively, you know the answer is one.
Mm.
You know, one. Well,
This
there's
is a
many
stupid.
in mind. Go on.
Yeah, it's like I know there's only one, but I also know that the Nick character is not that one.
Correct. But I just said that. The Nick character's all over the fucking shop.
But it's interesting, I guess I didn't explain that. Like, it's interesting that I know, like, there's no like energetic shift from the fact that I'm seeing that the story of Nick is not true,
Yeah.
and therefore that's who I think I am normally, but that's not true. So who is it, and what is it that's making that decision that that's not true? The story's not true.
Only that could know the truth.
Yeah.
Only that could know the truth. Can the story know a truth?
No.
No. Only this.
Hmm. It's tricky.
It's only tricky if you're still trying to use the mind as a tool, Nick.
Yeah. That's a
At
good
some
point.
point, you've got to stop using it as a tool, because the mind only knows, it only understands duality.
Yeah.
And something dual can't experience something non-dual. It can't. The only way the non-dual is experienced is when the dual stops.
Hmm.
And the thing that feeds it, the duality, is attention.
Hmm.
So at some point, what will happen is you'll stop using the mind as an instrument to try and understand. You'll just stop. Yeah. And you'll be left with just this. And then it's just a matter of sitting with just this, or exploring just this.
Hmm.
Am I conscious? Yes. What is that? Am I aware? Yes. What is that? Am I being alive? Yes. What is that?
Hmm.
And you are it. You are it. Yeah. So now you're out of the mind and now just to the direct experience. What's this? Maybe the last question you ask, a rhetorical question, you don't need an answer.
Hmm.
And usually what happens when we go to just this, mind will bloody, it'll arc up and, oh, this can't be it. It does that. Just ignore it and just be interested in this consciousness, this aliveness, this beingness, this here-ness, this now-ness, all labels, everything I just said, yeah? I'm pointing to something.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think my work is to I've been spending my attention on trying to understand what I'm not, and I feel like I've got that.
Yeah, which is great. You have to do that. It's really
Yeah.
important. It's really important. Yeah? Just make sure there's nothing left uncovered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I got it. Because that's where I got to. Yeah, I got it. But Jesus Christ, it still feels like Terry's here.
Hmm.
I heard myself use the word feels.
Yeah.
Terry can't feel. The character can't feel. And I can't feel the character. It's a thought.
Mm.
So the character can't feel, and this can't feel the character. So that was claiming to be able to feel can't. So yet there's feeling. So what's this? Then the character can't feel. And you can't feel the Nick character unless you're telling me a thought can feel and you can feel a thought. I'd like to know what it feels like. I've never been able to feel a thought. I feel my hand. I can kind of feel the tips of my fingers and feel that, and to feel a thought. Yeah. See if that's true. See if part of what you're left with is, look, I get all this, but I feel like I'm here, says the character. I feel like I'm here. That'll just be mind claiming ownership of this presence and calling it me. And then we're told Nick's got to go. Well, if the mind is saying that Nick is this presence and this awareness and this consciousness, that equals this has got to go too. No wonder it hangs on, because this going would be death.
Yeah.
And that's not what happens. This doesn't go. This doesn't go. It doesn't. Yeah. But if the mind is saying, I am this, this is me, and it also hears, this has got to go, no wonder it hangs on. No wonder, and no wonder the me seems to feel real.
Yeah.
Yeah. If mind is saying this is me, which is not true that it's saying that. Have a play around there. Really. Have a play around there. This sense of being, this presenceness, this consciousness. And just see if you can identify that, mind saying, yeah, well, I do definitely feel like I'm here. Yeah. And then dispute it. Dispute it. Yeah. And again, simply see it's not true. Whatever it's saying is not true.
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually. I've been focused. I think it was necessary, but I think the next part of my journey is to come back to this, to myself, my true self, the sense of being.
Yeah. By the way, it's been your true self discovering what it's not, because your false self couldn't do that. False self can't come to an understanding of what it's not. It's false. Fuck.
Yeah.
So you're on the right track. You're on the right track. Yeah. It's happening. You're coming to see. It's great. It's really cool. It's really cool. Yeah. Remember, false self can't know or experience anything. And it's funny because it's false self that's saying, I hope to one day discover true self. Not realizing that in that statement, it's verifying that it's false. It's incredible.
I've noticed there's a lot of paradox.
Yeah,
there's a lot of paradox in non-duality.
There is. Good. There is. Good. That's good insight.
If it's not a paradox, it's probably the wrong path, is what it feels like.
Yeah.
Typically.
Yep. There is a lot of paradox. Yeah. Because I'll sit here and say, Nick can't see, hear, taste, touch, smell, but you can. Yeah. But obviously, when I'm saying that you can, I'm just qualified. I'm not saying that the you is Nick.
Mm.
Nick can't see, hear, taste, touch, or smell, but you can. Now come to see that Nick can't see, hear, taste, touch, or smell, and then you're going to be left with, holy shit. Shit. It just goes quiet, Nick.
Mm.
Things just get really quiet and still. It's beautiful. It's quiet and still. Yeah. And then anything you didn't know up till then gets revealed. Might happen over, slow period of time. It might, like, you just come to anything you didn't know, you end up coming to know. But not with that.
Mm.
It's another kind of knowing. That I don't have to put into words, but yeah. It's not dissimilar to the knowing I am. You know you are. I am. What you are, who you are, where you are. This will step in and make up all sorts of stories about those three. What, who, where,
Mm.
But the statement I am, that's correct. Yeah. But even that, I am, is still a pointer.
Mm.
What's it pointing to?
This.
I am.
Yeah.
I am.